Welcome to the Bristol Motor Speedway, where we're here for the first event of not only the COX Series schedule, but the Ferris Cup Series schedule. Both series here in Bristol, Tennessee, at the Last Great Colosseum for a preliminary exhibition event that we call the Busch Crash at the Colosseum. I'm here with AJ Walker and Shay Mendez on the commentary track. And how are you two doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I can't wait to see this show line up and play out. We've got a big day ahead of us.
Definitely. Lots.
Thank you, AJ. It's nice to be here. I'm actually more interested in seeing this Busch Light Crash because, as we see, Jimmy Johnson happens to be our pole sitter with a 14.27 qualifying order. It might just come down to Jimmy Johnson, Carson Hocevar, and Corey Harmon as the top three getting in the first heat.
Yeah, Joe and Ty Gibbs Racing front row with the 18, and I don't believe the 19 is on track currently, but Jimmy Johnson, Carson Hocevar, and Mike Harbin will be in a later duel in the 20 car, their other teammate. This will be a good preview as to the speed of everyone in the COX Series, which is, of course, the equivalent to our Xfinity Series, the level below the Ferris Cup Series. These drivers, a potential champion could get a spicy Ferris Cup Series ride come next season.
Not to mention, chance for a cup start tonight. Let's go over, you mentioned heats, let's go over the structure for today's event.
Yes, we have 4 heats for the COX Series and 4 heats for the Cup Series. With the COX Series, the top 3 from each duel will transfer to a last qualifier round, and the top 3 from that will make it in. And then for the Cup Series, we have the same format, except the top 5 from each just transfer in straight up. And then we'll have a last chance qualifier with everyone left, as we see Anthony Alfredo hit the wall really hard. And the last chance qualifier will have the top 3 get in. So we'll have 5 from each Cup Series duel, the top 3 from the COX qualifier, and the top 3 from Cup's last chance qualifier, as well as 1 bonus spot for the highest finisher in last season's Ferris Cup Series season, who didn't make it in via the heats or the last chance qualifier. So, a lot of racing action tonight.
A lot of racing action tonight. Lots of small races leading up to the main event. I think that's, by my count, that's 8 heats plus 2 extra events per series. That's 10 races before we even reach the main event.
Indeed it is. And we have a lot to get to. So I feel like I may be missing something, but I'm not sure what. Yeah, we gotta get to the main, or not the main event, the first heat for this fun COX Series. And we'll get a move on to that. Alright, we're here for the first COX Series heat race. You see your qualifying order of 10 cars. Jimmy Johnson and Carson Hocevar are in the front row. Pass it off to AJ for row 2.
Row 2, we got Corey Heim in the 22, followed by Alex LeBay in the 34. Shay Mendez with row 3 here.
This row, you got Kaz Growler in the 31 and Anthony Alfredo in the 02. Passing up dust for the next 2.
And then we got Ryan Truex in the 17 and Jordan Taylor in the 48. And finally, we'll hand it back to AJ Walker.
And we'll round out the field here with the number 13, fielded by Kyle Sieg, and then 28 of Nick Sanchez.
What a lineup we have for the first duel.
Start your engines!
As we hear the command there, they're getting ready to go.
The engine's getting fired up for the first 25-lap duel. And should I mention, all events tonight have no caution flags. If you are out, you are really out of this thing. So we can get real upsets in these heats.
And we're going to see a lot of names that we will remember for last series as they come to green here.
Hocevar with a great start on Jimmy Johnson. The 18 not getting going as Alex LeBay charges to the outside. 3 wide. Oh!
A tremendous.
Oh, Corey Heim! Huge crash! The 31, the 34, the 22 all out! They're gonna keep going ahead of him!
God.
Joe Gibbs Racing, 1-2, Ryan Truex in third!
This is not the start you want to have of this race. We have like 3-4 cars already done for the day. They will not be able to advance.
34 puttering around down there. You see the 22 and 31 on pit lane already. Oh!
There's always that. Ooh!
Saw some contact between the Joe Gibbs teammates, but they keep it together.
There's always that thought of, do you know what it's like to be in a blender? Well, I'd say about half this field already knows how exactly that feels. This is not the place where you want to get that bumpy at Bristol, or you are going to be in for a world of hurt.
As here comes Jimmy Johnson on the inside of his teammate, Carson Hocevar.
Keeping it side by side here through the backstretch.
And
Johnson
3 and
will
4.
get more of a run on the bottom here. He'll have a nose through on the front stretch and he'll lead the lap, and looks like he'll take a position.
Hocevar hit the wall hard. And Truex may be able to get second here. Nope, he backs out of it. Gonna listen, keep that second place position. Keep in mind, third is the transfer spot. So this is the main thing we're looking at here.
It's looking like Jimmy Johnson's far and away with it. He'll be moving on to the qualifier event.
You never are sure here at Bristol. In the back, looks like no one else is wrecked. But Jordan Taylor and Nick Sanchez not really keeping pace. Yeah, the O2 involved in that first wreck, Anthony Alfredo, he's out. It's only 6 cars competing for this.
Oh boy, you just gotta think, what's gonna happen in the next heat race?
Oh yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see a lap 1 like that again. We saw multiple cars go over. We'll have a replay of the incident after this heat has concluded. It looks like Jimmy is running away with it. A lot of the field just got kind of cleaned out, so not much to fight over now. As it looks like this top 3 just has more speed than the rest of the field.
At this point, you're just running pace laps, or hell, you're even mostly just running practice laps because there's nothing else keeping you in between anybody else.
Definitely.
Right now, if you're 17, you might even be running qualifying laps, trying to keep pace, keep ahead of that 13 car.
Yep, Kyle Segan, the 13 for Colleague Racing. Also trying to get in this main event. Colleague Racing is a Toyota team this season, and Chevy last season, as the Cup Series team is the revival of Michael Waltrip Racing, who struck a deal with Chris Ray, but Colleague is still fielding their COX Series program. And, so yeah, this, if you are, Ty Gibbs right now, you must really be feeling good about your cars. The 18 and the 19 have ran away with this. They are a good gap in front of the 17, especially the 18 has a very nice lead on the field right now.
Yeah, that you can only imagine how excited Ty Gibbs is going to feel watching his cars advance, have a chance for the main event, because it looks like that's exactly what we're going to see, as 2 cars are already looking to advance from that stable.
Definitely. The 28 has been way off the pace, 3 seconds behind the field for Nick Sanchez. Not what they wanted tonight. That 28 RSS racing machine. So we're going to be entering the final 5 laps here, as we had complete chaos break on lap 1. Took out Corey Heim, took out Kaz Gralla, Alex LeBay, Anthony Alfredo. But it's been a calm race for those who survived.
Very calm, one by one. Only one pass And that was, of course, to retake the lead for Jimmy Johnson, who is looking at the end of this heat to win this race.
Definitely.
Less than
Carvana
4 laps to
18.
go. It looks like he's gonna run away with it.
Indeed it is. Sorry. The Carvana 18 showed a lot of speed tonight. And, Jimmy Johnson, actually, Shay, Jimmy Johnson will be running part-time for you this season in the Ferris Cup Series, so it does feel good seeing him run like this.
Absolutely. It also is duly noted that he has a team driver that will be in the next heat race in Zane Smith in the Mickey car. So not only will this be a good day for Joe and Ty Gibbs Racing, but this will be somewhat of a good day for Legacy Motor Club as well.
We have some action on the
Legacy
track.
Cox Edition.
Jordan Taylor grabs fourth from Kyle Seek, but not enough to get into the main event. And around for the final time, the 18 Carvana Toyota Supra. The hammer you hear is the sound of the nail in the final coffin of everyone else's hopes. Jimmy Johnson will take heat number 1. And Carson Hosefar and Ryan Truex will also transfer in. So, thoughts from AJ and Shay after Heat 1 here?
I think after that first lap wreck, it was largely uneventful. We only ever had 2 passes. One you saw at the end there for fourth, which didn't really affect anything. But also that pass for the lead by Jimmy Johnson not long after that wreck.
Indeed.
Great race, certainly possible, but at the cost of having all this carnage, eventually someone's got to come out of it. And luckily enough, Jimmy Johnson seems to be the one who was able to pull it off in this one.
Indeed it is. We're going to take you to a commercial break, and then we'll be back for Heat 2 NASCAR on NBC. We'll be right back.
I need to try it first.
Wendy's new jalapeno fresco spicy chicken is so deliciously hot, it's generating reactions from everyone, like the memer.
Whew. Eat spicy goodness like a boss.
The selfiers.
So good. Gotta get a selfie. So hot. Got a selfie or selfie.
And the behind the timeser.
This sandwich is the bomb. Raise the roof!
Wendy's new jalapeno fresco, our signature spicy chicken topped with fresh jalapenos and ghost pepper sauce. How will you react?
I need to try it first.
Welcome back to the Busch Crash at Bristol Motor Speedway. Welcome back to NBC Sports. We are getting kicked off with duels number 2, and in our starting lineup, we have Zane Smith, followed by Tony Bredinger. Kick it off to the next guy.
All right, with the 45 in the second row, you got Matt DiBenedetto. Right next to him is the 6 car of Jesse Love.
Then, in the 15 for SS Greenlight with Rick Ware Racing and Sammy Smith, followed by the 38 of Ty Dillon in that nice Ferris car.
Kicking off the next row, we got Raja Karuth in the 91, followed by Mike Harmon in the 20. Back to you, AJ.
All right, and to round out this back row and this Heat 2 field,
start your engines.
We got the 74 of Sage Karam and the 35 of JJ Yaley.
As the engines are fired up for the second Cox Heat to get into the Busch Crash at the Colosseum. We'll see if we have as much chaos on the first lap as we did last time.
Oh boy, I hope not.
Oh boy, I bet we will. As green flag drops for our leaders, the top line gets a jump with Tony Breidinger, as we saw with the last lap, but the bottom line seems to be holding up here. Zane Smith takes the lead here as Tony Breidinger hits the wall. The
Safety
that
third.
will take up second.
No wreck. They keep it together. Breidinger hitting the wall, as well as Sage Karam. Multiple cars in the wall there.
We might have a right swing. And Zane Smith is just pulling away. He shotgunned out during that restart and just completely ran away with it.
Indeed he did. Jesse Love hounding the 15 for third. And behind them, they're actually really close together comparatively to the last race. Only car really behind is Sage Karam. Or actually, no, that's Mike Carver in the 20. Got confused, they have similar paint schemes.
Looks like they're trying to go 3 wide for that 9th position.
Yep, and that's the transfer spot. Jesse Love going for third.
That inside line will have the jump every time, so it looks like Jesse Love might be able to get there as
Sandy into the wall.
Right behind.
And here comes Ty Dillon in the 38. He might be able to get it.
Ty Dillon looks low.
Sammy Smith is still there.
Not quite there. This is a 3-way battle for the transfer spot. Jesse Love, Ty Dillon, and Sammy Smith.
Almost 3 wide!
Nearly 3 wide!
Jesse Love closes the door for now, but Ty Dillon is getting right back to him.
Ty Dillon
close that door off. It's going to be a bad day.
Ty Dillon's under Jesse Love for the spot. If he can keep that spot, he might.
The 38 throwing sliders into every turn. Love into the wall. Ty Dillon gets the spot. Sandy Smith and now Tony Breidinger will pass Jesse Love.
Tony Breidinger, we watched fall way back in position, hitting the wall several times. Looks like they are starting to gain speed back up.
Indeed they are, as that was a very good sight for Zane Smith and Matt DiBenedetto as they're running away with 1 and 2.
Yeah, it looks like Zane Smith
battle's going to be for everything back.
Then we have a fight between team owner and driver, Sage Karam by Harmon. As Harmon hits the wall hard.
Ooh, in the wall.
And here comes JJ Yale. He's trying to get out a last. And now Breidinger going for 4th. Hard Sammy Smith. Smith into the wall hard. And Jesse Love will pass him as well. Almost got tapped.
A lot of challenging for the positions here.
As Zane Smith is showing
that midfield.
Yep, especially around the midfield. The midfield very competitive right now. As Zane Smith is showing shades of his team owner and pulling away with this lead. With a nearly 3-second lead on second place Matt DiBenedetto.
Yeah, a lot of competition in the midfield, but not much up front.
Indeed,
Battle
Tony.
for this is going to be everything except 1st and 2nd place.
Indeed, it will be. As Sage Karam into the wall, JJ Yaley makes the pass for 9th. But Tony Breidinger is hounding the 38 right now, trying to get back into the top 3 where she started.
She's taking looks, but she has to put her nose under there before she can really have a chance to take that spot.
It seems Jesse Love and Sammy Smith fading back a little, but there's still 7 laps to go. But for the lead, I think this is pretty much a no contest here. Zane Smith has got this win.
Yeah, I think it'll be easy to say Zane Smith is moving on, as well as Matt DiBenedetto, who has about a 2nd lead over 3rd himself.
Yeah, the real battle going into these final laps will be Ty Dillon and Tony Breidinger. As 38 threw a lot of sliders on Jesse Love to get that spot. He doesn't want to give that thing up.
And he's starting to pull away from that 16 car.
Yep, trying his damn hardest to pull away with 3rd as we go into these final laps. Zane Smith is actually, I think, about the same distance from Matt DiBenedetto as the last place car of Sage Karam at the moment. So,
Truly a Mickey driver.
Truly. Yeah, Sage Karab 12 seconds off the leader as multiple cars have been off the pace. Mike Harmon, Rajat Karuth, JJ Yaley, Sage Karab had no real shot at this. Just way off. And Zane Smith has taken it to 2 to go. As Matt DiBenedetto just now crossing the line. I think it's pretty safe to say it's going to be Zane Smith, Matt DiBenedetto, and Ty Dillon, unless Tony Breitner can pull a Hail Mary and Ty Dillon screws up here.
I think Tony Breitner's, well, too far back to make it as they cross the line for 1 to go.
Yep, Zane Smith already going through 3 and 4, closing in on the lap car of Sage Karab, but he's going to take the W. And behind him, it's going to be Matt DiBenedetto and Ty Dillon to take the final transfer spots from heat number 2.
Ty Dillon, who was actually catching Matt DiBenedetto as the race was closing out here.
Indeed he was. As, no carnage, but a lot of side-by-side racing this duel. Good stuff from heat number 2 for the COX Series, as we see Zane Smith, Matt DiBenedetto, and Ty Dillon move on.
Man, what a terrific get for the Legacy Cox Edition to get Zane Smith. Who would have thought he'd be this dominant? Well, apparently Richard Jimmy Pay Johnson did.
Indeed he did, as team owner and driver win the first 2 duels, and we'll be back on NASCAR NBC for heat number 3 for Bristol Motor Speedway.
Has you really been far, even as decided to use Even Go Want to look more like? Call 985-655-2500 inside the details for Go Further and Even More Decided to Use. You can really be far as decided twice as much to use and go wish for it. When you decide far even once to use and go want, then get really far even as decided to use and look more like and go after. It's just common sense. Apply today.
I need to try it first.
And welcome back to NASCAR and NBC. I'm AJ Walker. We're bringing you back here for Heat 3. We're missing Shay Mendez for this segment and the next couple of segments, probably. He's got some important stuff to tend to, but he'll be right back. But for right now, we've got Heat 3. Here's your starting lineup. We're starting with Matt Crafton in the 43 and Ty Majeski on the 2 in the front row.
Then Michael McDowell, followed by Chris Jadekis in the 11.
And then you got the 51 of Jeremy Clements and the 9 of Brett Moffitt rounding out row 3.
Followed by the 27 of Jeffrey Earnhardt and Chandler Smith.
Start your engine!
And as they call the announcement to start the engines, your final row is Daniel Dye in the 24 and Brennan Poole in the 1 car.
Indeed it is. So, we saw 2 very different things from the first 2 heats. Complete carnage on Heat 1, and just a nice competitive race on lap 2 besides the leader there. So,
as they come off of turn 3 and 4, they're going to come up to the line as the 2 of Ty Majeski, he's going to get the jump out here and take the lead. Matt Crafton follows close behind. Although the 60, he's under as Matt Crafton hits the wall.
That will put Jeremy Clements in the transfer spot. Followed by Michael McDowell in second, as Crafton's falling way back, holding up multiple JRM cars there. All 3 JRM cars taking up the back 3. As they're, oh my god, JRM violence there as Brennan Poole puts Chandler Smith in the wall.
Looks like they're starting to calm down here as
Jeffrey Earnhardt looking for the transfer spot of Jeremy Clement.
Jeremy Clements, of course, in a Tier 1 car. He's going to want to show the power of that equipment, not give that spot up. But that 27 car, Jeffrey Earnhardt, he is looking hard for that spot.
And the the 11 making his way through the field. Chris Jadekis passes Daniel Dye. As it's a battle up front too. Husky Michael McDowell, the class of the field right now, but they're together.
And next challenging for that third position. That's your next battle. As
Crafton gets Dye into the wall, and here comes Chandler Smith. Wow, we're seeing a lot of.
As we step over each other, they're certainly taking advantage of the situation there. As Jeffrey Earnhardt looks under the 51 of Jeremy Clements, he's looking to take that spot.
Oh, battle for the lead.
Clements hits the wall.
Oh, Clements into the wall. Jeffrey Earnhardt to the transfer spot, and we have a battle for the front. Michael McDowell and Ty Medetsky side by side. McDowell takes the lead. 60 to the front, and here comes Christian Eckes. And Earnhardt's not going to keep that spot for long. The 11 of Eckes dives to the inside and is going to take the spot. And here comes Gary Clements.
Redemption here.
It is going to be a three-way battle for this transfer spot all night. I can already feel it. And Earnhardt right into the wall. And they're battling up front again. McDowell in the wall. Majeski takes the lead. So the two-car back up front.
McDowell wanted.
Definitely not. Now Eckes has the chance to try and catch him. As we see Daniel Dyes fall into the back, Brendan Poole, Brett Moffitt, all of JRM struggling right now.
This does not bode well for them. They're a Tier 1 team. They should be up front, but it appears that they may not advance at all, even.
None of them qualified too well. All of them got into each other in the first few laps. It's not a good race so far for JRM.
Starting to look like maybe some team building is in order after tonight's races.
Yeah, they really did not play nice with each other. As Ty Majeski is seemingly pulling away with this race now. As things have really settled down across the entire field. Except back here, Daniel Dye, Brendan Poole having a mid-off for 9th.
Otherwise, that top five is spread out as the one hits the wall there.
And Daniel Dye will get past him. And, oh no, he's gonna door slam him in the straightaway. They are getting.
He doesn't care teammates or rivals. All the same to the one car of Brennan Poole as he makes his move, forces his move to take 9th.
Indeed, he does. It seems like they are pretty settled into this top 3. Ty Majeski, Michael McDowell, Christian Eckes looking to move hard.
Settled in even, I'd say, top 4 as there's a big gap either way for the 51 as well.
Yep, Clement and Earnhardt. And then Earnhardt's under a bit of pressure from Matt Crafton and Chandler Smith here.
Overall, this is certainly not what Roger Penske wanted to see from his Cox drivers. The first one, Corey Heim, being wrecked out on lap 1 of the first heat. And now Corey Heim, now Jeremy Clements, who's going to, by 1 spot, if nothing happens, miss the qualifier.
As we have Matt Crafton going for 5th here. Oh!
Oh!
Jeffrey Earnhardt almost lost it, but he's able to keep it together. But that'll be positioned for Matt Crafton and Chandler Smith there.
Definitely a big moment for that 27. He could have lost it, gone around, but he saved it.
He almost lived up to his sponsor there, the Guangdong Tigers.
Almost sent himself to China.
As it is only 3 laps to go for Ty Majeski here.
Personally, I don't see these guys catching up with each other up here in the top 4. I don't see them catching up with each other or losing much position or time. I think we have our Heat 3 results right here.
Indeed.
As we're
white flag, Ty Majeski.
Turn 4 for white flag. No competition for the top 4 top three is what you need to get in.
It's gonna be
so spread out.
Majeski, McDowell, Eckes, the top three who will transfer in. And first non-Toyota to win on a dual race tonight. RCR gets a W with the number 2 of Ty Majeski.
Certainly an exciting start to this race, but not a very exciting end to this race as we had cars spread way out. What do you think, Dusk?
Yeah, I think it's these 10-car fields that are doing that. We're definitely going to see more action when we have 27 cars on track for the main event.
Alright, as we're going to cut away here to commercial, we'll come back to you when we have Heat 4 all lined up and ready for you.
I need to try it first.
Whoa, hey guys, welcome to EB Games.
Call of Duty. Advanced Warfare. Xbox One.
Copy that.
Save $10 on Call of Duty for Xbox One.
Get new game content first on Xbox Live.
Welcome back to NASCAR and NBC. We're here for the final Cox Heat, and we have the final starting grid here, starting with the number 4 of Chase Briscoe for JD Motorsports, followed by the 0 Spotify car of Jensen Button.
Then we're going to follow that up in row 2 with the 7 of Cole Custer and the 44 of Ryan Preece.
Then we have the 92 of William Sandwich, followed by the 07 of Myatt Snyder.
Then we're going to round out the second to last row with the 39 of Josh Williams and the 26 of Jade Buford.
Then finally, the 98 of Frankie Muniz, Jensen Button's teammate, and the 53 of Leland Honeyman Jr. Alright. So, we saw 2 Toyotas, 1 Chevy win. We have a Toyota up front here.
Start your engines!
So, could we see Toyota win 3 out of 4 of the duels? Or the heats? It's certainly possible.
We might, but also think about Chevy. Chevy's probably going to want that second dual win.
Yep, they got Coke, Custer there, and Dodge hasn't gotten a dual win either. They have 2 cars, both of the Stuart Evernham cars. This year, the 98 in this race.
As the pace car pulls off, they come off turn 4 across the start-finish line. Jensen Button's going to take a nose here.
Ryan Preece did not go. Here comes Custer.
Oh!
Coke Custer trying to go for the lead. William Sawalik going for 3rd on Jensen Button here. Oh, up into the
the 0.
That was close. The 0 gets it.
Right now, as they stand, Chase Briscoe, Cole Custer, and Jensen Button will be your 3 making it into the main event.
Solid.
Calm down a little bit here.
Yep. Cole Custer tried to get the lead from Chase Briscoe in the 4 car. Trying to see what he can do. Of course, JRM has a lot better equipment than JD Motorsports, but Chase Briscoe is quite the capable driver in that 4 car.
Yes, he is very fast and also able to hold up the 7 here. He is looking up, looking down, looking for a place to get his nose under the forced quarter panel, but just not seeing anything before, at the very least, keeping pace.
And for making contact with the wall earlier in hard contact, Jensen Button is keeping it nice and straight in 3rd.
And those top 3 are sporting a fairly decent-sized gap, with nearly a second between 4th and 5th, or 3rd and 4th, rather.
Yeah, as Josh Williams in 4th, and Ryan Preece going for the pass with Myatt Snyder. Snyder into the wall, and Preece is going to take 5th spot for Myatt Snyder. And actually already going for 4th from Josh Williams.
Priest might be a very worthy contender. Might make his way up as he gets under the 39 car, and he's going to look to take that position here as they go through 3 and 4.
The 44 got a really bad restart, but is clawing his way back through the field. Maybe we could see him potentially pass Button, who's actually closing at the leaders.
Yeah, we might have a fight for the lead here, starting to develop. It's going to be a minute. I don't know how this is gonna pan out, but it might be Button just straight up passing the 7 and then going for the lead here.
Could be. As we can't keep out the 44, he has a large gap to make up, but he's already gapping the 39 there.
Yeah, there's a lot of pace in that 44 car. Maybe he can make a pass, get himself into the top 3 in advance. If anyone can do it, he can.
Ryan Preece, of course, amazing on these short tracks. This is his forte. And holding up the back right now, we got Leland Honeyman Jr., Jade Buford, just going to run through the field. Frankie Muniz back here in the 98. William Sawalik, Myatt Snyder. Then we get to the top 5 of Josh Williams, Ryan Preece, and of course the top 3 transferring in currently, Jensen Button, Cole Custer, and Chase Briscoe, who is putting a gap on the 7.
Yeah, it's looking like Toyota's going to get that 3rd heat win.
Yeah, they are looking mighty strong going into the Cox qualifier.
Yeah, putting in over a second over 2nd place.
Which is Cole Custer, who is the last hope for JRM to get a car into the main show, as all 3 of them, Brennan Poole, Brett Moffitt, Chandler Smith, could not do anything in the last heat.
May see a bit of a battle here for 2nd here soon.
Yep,
Jensen Button slowly gaining.
Yeah, Jensen Button outclassing his teammate by a mile. Frankie Muniz is struggling right now in the 98. As, of course, Jensen Button, F1 world champion. Not too accustomed to these ovals, but he's put on one hell of a show in that number 0 Spotify car.
It just shows talent goes well above series as they cross the line for 5 to go in this final heat.
Custer into the wall. Button takes 2nd.
Will this maybe give Priest a chance to catch up?
I don't think he has enough time to catch that 7 car.
Yeah, he'd need that 7 car to put it in the wall again. I doubt we're going to see that by himself. It's rare to see these drivers make an unforced error.
Indeed. As the 4 cars just pulled away with this thing. Chase Briscoe, dominant performance here.
You were saying that the JD cars are not as good as those Junior Motorsports cars, but man, they are not showing it. That is a 2 and nearly a half-second lead.
Indeed. Not quite as dominant as Zane Smith was, but white flag.
See up there.
For Chase Briscoe. He's almost hitting lap traffic. We see Buford, Honeyman, and Muniz struggling back here. As Chase Briscoe will win. Oh, we have a wreck to the line! Buford and Honeyman!
Fierce battle for the win.
Oh, Button! He crossed the line, but he still gets 2nd, but not without some damage.
That's not wise moving into the LCQ for the next event.
Yeah, that is not great. I don't know if they even brought backup cars to this one.
That is going to be a questionable decision for the 0 of Jensen Button. Pretty great race overall. Not exactly exciting to see the
4 dominated.
Yeah.
Let's get a replay of what happened on that final lap, though.
Yeah, let's see that again.
So hard racing for was pretty much last place. Honeyman and Buford, and Honeyman gets the wall. Buford hits him and then just collects him on the way up. They both slide into the wall, and here comes Button. Just gives him a nudge.
Yeah, between Honeyman and Buford, that was just racing. I don't know what Button was doing there.
Yeah. Minor damage, though. It shouldn't affect him too much. It was a very light tap.
Yeah, I don't expect Aero to play much of a role here at this track.
But yeah, he's gonna transfer Ard anyway. As we pull up the ticker here, it's gonna be Chase Briscoe, Jensen Button, and Cole Custer in the main event, which is actually coming up next. Our NBC, our NASCAR NBC. So we'll see you after the commercial.
I need to try it first. I need to try it first.
Welcome back to the COX Series on NASCAR on NBC. We're here for the last race to get into the Busch Crash at the Last Great Colosseum. Here we've got every top three finisher from all the four heats lined up and ready to try and compete for a seat prepared by manufacturer in the main event. Let's roll through your starting lineup here. As we're going to start with row 1, Jimmy Johnson in the 18 car, Zane Smith in the 23.
Followed by Ty Majeski, Heat 3 winner, and Chase Briscoe, Heat 4 winner.
Then row 3 is going to have Carson Hocevar in the 19, Matt DiBenedetto in the 45.
Then they're followed by Michael McDowell in the 60 and Jensen Button in the 0.
Your second to last row will have the 17 of Ryan Truex and the 38 of Ty Dillon.
And then lastly, last but not least, it's Chris Gedekis in the Napa number 11 and Cole Custer in the Exalta number 7. We're here waiting for the command from Bristol to start this Cox qualifier race to get into the Busch Light Crash at the Last Great Colosseum.
Alright, as you will notice, there's a slightly large field. As they call the command, this is, as a reminder, the top three from each series, or from each heat. That is 3 cars each for 4 heats. That's 12 cars.
Yep.
As they start rolling here, 2 by 2.
Yep. Are we gonna see carnage like we did in the first heat, or will we see calmness like the other ones?
As they come off turn 4, hit the green. Jimmy Johnson gets to jump off the bottom. That's something we haven't seen the whole night.
Ty Majeski following through, and Chase Briscoe as well. Oh, Zane Smith into the wall. Hocevar will capitalize, so will McDowell. And it's a stack up behind.
They're looking at 3 wide, 3 wide.
Chris Gedekis all the way from the bow. Almost a wreck, but they save it. How did they keep that together?
I don't know. I think it has something to do with those 2 cars that we saw on the apron there. They just kind of gave up speed to kind of avoid, as we see a little bit of a fight for first place that doesn't work out so well.
Yeah, Ty Majeski trying to go for first from Jimmy Johnson. As he's still going. Look at him go.
He's up alongside
number 2. And we also have battle for the transfer. Carson Hocevar trying to get in. Michael McDowell as well. As Ty Majeski will take the lead. Yeah, things have settled down in the back. And Hocevar into the transfer spot as Briscoe gets into the wall. McDowell the 4th. Johnson trying to fight back for the lead. Oh wow, we already have intense racing to try and get to the main event. Chase Briscoe coming back, trying to get 4th and maybe 3rd. Can he do it?
Yeah, see a lot of the advantage on the bottom line. He'll be making moves.
Tricks into the wall, Zane Smith. Oh, he turns Zane Smith. They keep it together again. Amazing save from the 23.
That's a lot of work to save that many cars. Good thing they're all in one piece. We can keep going without incident. Well, I can't say without incident, but we're darn close to it.
And Ryan Truex fell like way back from that one. But his teammate is here in this 3-car battle for third, the transfer spot. It is extremely competitive up here, and it's not that much less competitive up front as Majeski and Donson have been duking it out this whole race. Almost 3 wide!
Yeah, this is 3 guys who really want to make that main event.
Of course, Hocevar, a newcomer to every series, as he goes into the wall! Briscoe to third! And here comes McDowell. As I was saying, Hocevar, a newcomer, McDowell and Briscoe both were in the Cup Series last season, went down to the COX Series after abysmal seasons for both drivers, trying to hone their craft, and now they're fighting for a spot in a Ferris Cup Series race as McDowell is going to make the pass for third, and he's in the transfer now.
I can only see this going back and forth as...
Oh, Briscoe walls him!
The 4 is trying to make moves, violent or not. He's going to take that spot.
Briscoe getting real aggressive with McDowell. McDowell trying to hang Art up top. Hocevar waiting in case something happens. Oh, McDowell in the wall! Now he's side by side with Hocevar, but he's going to be able to keep it in front of the 19, maybe. Yes, he will. Impressive saving that position, but that gives Briscoe third.
Something tells me, Dust, this won't be like this for long. They're going to be right back on each other, right back fighting for position. It's not going to be long here.
And someone who's clawed through the field, Cole Custer has gone from last to 6th. As we saw Jason Button almost wreck back there, but he's alright. Oh, and commentator's cursed there. Sorry, guys. As Cole Custer immediately slams it into the wall. And here comes McDowell back. Oh, Briscoe into the wall. McDowell the third again. Hocevar fighting in the 19, trying to get 2 Joe Gibbs cars through.
McDowell with a run off the top. He doesn't want to see that happen. He's going to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yep, he's keeping it up front. And if we do see McDowell get in, we're going to see one driver, 3 separate manufacturers represented through the COX Series with Chevy, Toyota, and Dodge here up front.
As we see those leaders, they cross the line. 5 to go. That's 5 laps to go.
Indeed it is.
Like the 60 car is pulling away just a little bit, but pulling away nonetheless.
Yep, the 19 trying to fight, but I don't know if he's got much left for him. Up front, Majeski has pulled away once again. He did this in his heat race. Could he be someone to watch out for come the main event? Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, really, I think all 3 of these drivers, all 4 of these drivers up in the top 4, even Briscoe, if he makes it, which I don't think at this point he will, but these guys are really fast. I wouldn't be surprised if they showed up and showed out at the main event here tonight.
Indeed. White flag for Ty Majeski. He's going to try and bring it home, bring RCR 2 heat wins tonight. Flying the banner for Chevrolet through turns 3 and 4. The 2 of Ty Majeski is going to race with the Cup guys. So is JJ in the 40, in the 18, and Michael McDowell in the 60.
Yeah, this was a great race through and through. Very dramatic, as we nearly had a couple of wrecks. We had a battle for the transfer spot for most of the race. I think this is one race to keep in mind.
Most shocking one is Zayd Smith dominating his duel but won't transfer in. I mean, he had to save 3 cars tonight in this single race, so it's amazing that he kept it on the track.
Yeah.
That's bad luck for the 23, but his team owner Jimmy will be getting through, and so will Michael McDowell and Ty Majeski, as that will end our coverage for the COX Series tonight, as we'll move you on to the Ferris Cup Series, coming soon enough, from NASCAR on NBC.